In this video, we'll see the high-level system design of a URL shortener. Imagine a user who sends a really long URL to apps like bit.ly or tinyurl to shorten the URL and gets a short URL in return. So we'll be designing something like bit.ly. If you're given a question like this in an interview, you should be asking many questions to the interviewer, like what should be the traffic volume and how long the short URL should be. In most cases, you'll get answers like these, which usually means that you are expected to design a robust and scalable solution. But at the same time, it doesn't have to be 100% correct because the interviewers are just checking how deep you can think. Whenever a question like this comes to you, the first thought should be what should be the hash function. So let's say our short URL consists of 7 characters and these are the hash functions. But which one should you choose? So the flow would be something like you generate a hash from the long URL and the hash you get from those hash functions will be more than of 7 characters. So you choose the first 7 characters and check in database if the same first 7 characters are already present. If not, then you save it in the database. Else you append the long URL with some string and generate the same hash and check again. Another approach would be to make use of base 62 conversion. So base 62 means that from 0 to 9 it will map to 0 to 9. 10 to 35 will map to small case A to Z and 36 to 61 capital A to Z. So what will happen is you'll get an ID once you save the long URL in the database and you convert that ID into base 62. For instance, the ID returned from the database is 11157, which after base 62 conversion gets converted to 2tx, and that is returned as the short URL. Let's compare both the cases. In base 62, you won't be getting any collisions because you're directly saving in the database, but in hash function, you will get a fixed length. One con of base 62 is that it is easy to figure out what the next available short URL will be if ID increments by 1 for a new entry. Let's look at the flow. So user sends the long URL to a short URL service like bit.ly. That URL gets saved in the database. From the database, the ID is fetched and converted to short URL, and then the short URL is returned to the user. Hope this helped. You can find more such videos on systemdesignsimulator.com, and thanks for watching.